If you are the one chasing, you have already lost the war. In the brutal arena of human relationships, the person who moves first is always the weakest person in the room. When you react to your enemies, you are operating on their terms, playing their game, and wasting your vital energy. Most people ruin their lives because they lack emotional discipline. They charge forward blindly at every single provocation. But what if the greatest conquerors in human history never actually attacked their rivals? What if they simply stood perfectly still, placed a brilliant piece of bait, and watched their enemies walk straight into their execution? Today, we unlock the master key to absolute strategic dominance.
Law number 8 of Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Make the other person come to you. Use bait if necessary. This is a deep masterclass on psychological entrapment. We are skipping the philosophy. We are going straight to a brutal historical chess match that proves why aggressive hunger will always lose to cold, calculated patience. If you don't learn how to make people abandon their plans for you, you will spend your entire life falling into their traps. Let's begin. To master the art of entrapment, we must analyze the ruthless brilliance of Otto von Bismarck. In 1870, Bismarck wanted to crush France and unify Germany, but he knew that if Prussia attacked first, Europe would turn against him. He needed France to declare war. He needed them to take the bait. Bismarck discovered a minor diplomatic disagreement between the Prussian king and the French ambassador. The king sent Bismarck a telegram explaining the event. Bismarck looked at the message and executed his dark psychological move. He didn't change the facts, but he edited the telegram, sharpening the words to make it look like the Prussian king had brutally insulted the French nation. Then he leaked it to the press.
The bait was placed. When the French Emperor, Napoleon III, read the newspapers, his fragile ego exploded. He was consumed by raw emotional anger. Blinded by rage, Napoleon did exactly what Bismarck wanted. He abandoned his strategic position, mobilized his army, and declared war on Prussia. The French soldiers marched straight into Prussian territory, completely unprepared. Bismarck was waiting for them with a flawless, modern war machine. The French army was totally obliterated in weeks, and Napoleon III was captured. Bismarck didn't win by charging into France. He won by staying perfectly still, editing a few lines of text and letting his enemy's anger drive them directly to the slaughterhouse.
Now look at another master of psychological bait, the legendary Japanese leader Toyotomi Hideyoshi. In 1582, Hideyoshi was laying siege to the invincible castle of Takamatsu, which was heavily fortified and protected by a massive army. Instead of wasting thousands of his own soldiers in a bloody frontal assault, Hideyoshi decided to make the enemy come to him. He examined the geography around the castle and noticed a nearby river. He quietly ordered his men to construct a massive dam, changing the river's course. Slowly, the water began to flood the fields surrounding the enemy castle, cutting off their supply lines. But Hideyoshi did not attack. Instead, he placed the ultimate bait. He set up a luxurious, festive camp right in view of the starving enemy.
He played music, drank wine, and threw massive parties every single day, appearing completely relaxed and vulnerable. The enemy commander, watching from the castle walls, lost his emotional balance. Blinded by desperation and anger at Hideyoshi's arrogance, the enemy army abandoned their high, protected fortress. They charged out into the flooded plains, desperate to crush Hideyoshi's festive camp. The moment they stepped into the mud, they realized it was a trap. Their movements were completely paralyzed by the deep water. Hideyoshi stopped the music, ordered his hidden archers to open fire, and destroyed the entire enemy force without engaging in hand-to-hand combat. He let the enemy build their own execution chamber, simply by making them leave their walls for a false promise of victory.
The tactics of the M's telegram and the flooded castle are fully operational in modern offices, boardrooms, and social conflicts. To rule your environment today, you must shift from a reactive state to a dominant state by applying two non-negotiable rules. First, master emotional redirection. When a competitor or an aggressive colleague tries to provoke you, your natural instinct is to push back. Force yourself to freeze. Your reaction is exactly what they want because it makes you predictable. Instead, identify their hidden greed or deep insecurity and present a tailored bait. Offer a false compromise, drop a hint of an easy victory, or pretend to be weak. The moment they break their emotional composure to chase your trap, they have handed you their power.
Second, command the geography of negotiation. Never run to someone else's office or emergency meeting just because they demanded it. Forcing people to come to your territory, wait for your response, or adjust to your schedule shatters their psychological baseline. They spend their energy traveling, preparing, and stressing, while you remain anchored in perfect stillness. In the economy of human influence, the person who travels to the other is always the subordinate. Stop running after your rivals. Set the trap, place the bait, and let the world come to you.
Power belongs to the individual who can control their own movements while orchestrating the reactions of everyone around them. If you spend your life running to every fire and biting every hook, you are a puppet, not a master. You now know how to maintain absolute emotional composure, how to manufacture irresistible bait, and how to force your rivals to abandon their armor to enter your territory. But once you have mastered the art of drawing people into your traps, how do you secure a victory without creating a cycle of endless revenge? How do you win arguments and destroy opposition without ever uttering a hostile word? In the next video, we are analyzing the most elegant rule of social dominance. Law number 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. We will expose why trying to prove your point with words is a sign of deep insecurity, and how history's most dangerous minds forced the world to agree with them through absolute, silent execution. Subscribe now, or remain a pawn in someone else's game.